going to show you how to adjust the brake. Actually very easy on this model. This is a 2001 model. I know some models you actually have to remove this to get to it. This one, thankfully, you just jack it up. But when I'm talking about adjusting the brake, I'm talking about this free play right here. And although this looks like a lot of free play, I think it's actually slightly dragging the brakes when I'm driving. I tighten this up and now it's not quite as fast. So I'm going to show you real simple. First of all, since you're disengaging the brakes, make sure that you chalk the wheels so this doesn't roll off. And then we're just going to jack it up here on the driver's side. And I'm going to show you there's a little lock nut and then another nut to adjust. And it's a couple-minute job, real easy. Okay, the adjustment's right there. That's the lock nut and the adjusting nut. So I'm going to loosen that, back it off a bit, and then adjust the adjusting nut to where you want it, and then tighten it up. Alright, this is the part I'm talking about. This one is the lock nut. That one is the adjusting nut. So you back the lock nut off a bit, adjust the adjusting nut to where you want it, turn it clockwise to reduce the amount of free play in the pedal, counterclockwise increases the free play. And then the adjusting nut turns by finger, whereas the lock one does not. So that should give me a little extra free play there. So that should loosen up the brakes. In a different video I'll show you how to actually remove the wheels and check the brake pads. It's also a pretty easy job. But there it is. Since I was loosening it, those are actually tight together now. I can give it a little extra if you're really concerned about it. It doesn't tend to turn on its own, but you can get 2 wrenches in here and tighten them together and make it extra secure. And when you're done, put your wrench on the adjusting nut, and then put a second wrench on the lock nut and tighten it. The lock nut against the adjusting nut. Don't turn the adjusting nut or you'll change your adjustment. And a little trick, 1/2 inch and 13 millimeter are almost the same. So usually if you don't have 2 1/2 inch, you can use the 13 in its place, and most of the time it'll work. You just gotta be careful, you don't want to strip the nut, obviously. But that's how you adjust the brakes.